Telfo and welcome to Street Machine Drag Challenge Day 4 for 2019. We're at South Coast Raceway Portland in Victoria, right down on the water. It is the greenest little racetrack on God's green earth. We love this place. Really neat track. It was a long drive down from Mildura and the conditions are a little bit different to what we had there. It's breezy, it's chilly, it's a bit overcast. But I think we're going to see some killer passes today.
Charlie, this is your first drag challenge, isn't it?
It is indeed, Gus, it is.
And you're having a good time so far?
Absolutely, loving it. PB'd every track, 11.2 at Calder.
Yep.
We just got better and better from there.
Okay.
And on the 8th it went 7.0 today.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now you go through a bit of a process every time you go for a drive in this thing. It goes from a supercharged 6-cylinder to an A 6-cylinder every time you go out on a road trip.
It does, yeah. So we're on the 671 when we race with methanol. We take that all off and we just put a carburetor on pump fuel.
How long does that take you?
About 45 minutes.
Wow.
45 minutes.
So it's worthwhile then.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Gives us something to do.
You're going to head back out today. You've got your PB and you're going to head back out.
Yep. We'll just check everything, fill it up again, and we'll go back out. We may as well.
You're just not happy with one PB a day?
No. Well, I've got to be careful. You know what I mean? I don't want to go under the 7.0. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. I don't want to go under that, so I'll see how I go.
But if you did, you wouldn't mind that much?
Yeah, I'd be happy still. Definitely.
Quick is quick.
It is. Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, best of luck. We'll see you back at Calder tomorrow.
Thank you, Gus, and thank you, Street Machine.
All the big bangers have been out on track and finding it hard to get anything down to the ground. What do you think's going on there, Frank?
Look, we're fighting all Mother Nature at the moment. Nothing to do with the track. The guys are doing a great job. It's just we're fighting, drizzling, wind, cold weather, and radials like a bit of warm weather. The glue gets sticky enough. So as soon as that happens, we all got caught out this morning. So now we're just going to try and find the tune-ups that we need,
So you made a few adjustments to Daniel's HQ here. What have you done with the bullhorns there?
We're looking for every last bit of thing that we can, find on the car that's sort of not in our favour for today. It might be in our favour, at a track when we can go 197 mile an hour.
Yeah.
One of the things we just did was we cut the bullhorn off because we felt like the big 5-inch pipe is putting too much nose pressure on the nose of the car. So we thought if we cut them off, that's one less thing trying to stop the front end transferring weight to the rear.
So what's the plan now? You're going to head back out?
Oh, we ain't leaving until they shut the gates. We can drive all night, so we're not afraid of that.
Excellent. Here we've extended racing today till 6 p.m. So
Yeah, that helps.
hopefully everyone can work around the few little showers that we're having, and the track guys are on top of it, and we can all get some numbers down.
Oh, we're going to try our best. I mean, Harry's just taken the lead off us, so we need to make sure that we keep him honest.
Heard you kept him honest yesterday when you left a part for him on the side of the road. Where did that part end up getting left?
I think it was the Seoul Towers. I got a phone call just as we pulled in for the mandatory photo shoot, and basically Harry rings me up and goes, "Hey Frankie, do you got any spare rockers?" I said, "Look, I'm sure Daniel has." So after I hung up the phone, me and the boys discussed, we can't make it too easy on him, all right? So we hung it nice and high where he needed a fair bit of shoulder length, or had to stack a few people on shoulders to get to it. And, that's the best part about Drag Challenge. Everyone likes to have a bit of fun and along the way, and makes good memory stories.
It is. It's what we love about it most too.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Frank.
My pleasure.
Good luck.
Let me get back
today,
to work.
Mate. Cheers, mate. Mark and Darby. Mate, you guys have joint entered in this beautiful Purple Capri. How's your week been so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. We've had a good run. This will be our third year. The first year was in the Capri with a small block Chev with a little bit of gas. Had a lot of issues, but we made it, so that was the big key. And then we ran a little small block Windsor in another Capri last year because we had a few issues with Darby's Falcon not being quite ready. And
but no, this week's been no real issues.
No issues. No. We've had the valve covers off just to check rockers, but yeah, didn't even have to touch them. It's been brilliant. Yeah, really
Other
good.
than the bar braking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that. What happened?
That was on Mark's run. It just sort of off a weld. It just sort of peeled it away.
Sway bar?
That was the anti-roll bar. Yeah. So had it welded up and good to go again.
Yeah. Tell us, recount your memory of that run, please, Mark.
Okay, well, to be honest with you, I loved it because it was like back in the 90s when we used to do it all the time without the roll bar. And I felt it and I thought, oh, it's not quite right, but nah, I'll give it another go, and then realised it wasn't. I was like, but I loved it, yeah. It got me by surprise, but I thought, nah, let's do a 5, because if I don't do a 5, they'll bag me up when I get back here. So, no, it was a great ride, yeah, loved it.
You hugged that wall pretty tight on the right-hand side.
Yeah,
were you worried about getting too close or touching that, or you were just playing it?
Well, to be honest with you, I shouldn't say too much, but my vision's not real flash, so I didn't really see the wall. I was just watching straight ahead, and I was like, nah, she's right. It was good. It was good.
And then the next run out, after you guys fixed up the anti-roll bar, welded it back together, you come out in at Derby and did exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it did, yeah. But no, it was all right. It sort of unloaded the tyres in first, and I got back on it. When I shifted into second, it went a bit loose again. But no, it was good fun, just not quick enough.
The LS Powered Dirty Bird, another international drag challenger, went to the drag week. It sounds angry as hell.
Here with Jesse, and Jesse is our first international drag challenge competitor. You've come all the way from the United States?
From California, yeah.
Wow. What possessed you to come all the way to Australia to do drag challenge?
So I met these guys, Jamie Farmer and the Enemies Everywhere crew at Horsepower Wars in Southern California. While we were doing the filming on the cars, got to know them really well, got to be friends with them, and over the past few months we've been talking more and more, and they said, you got to come over. I'm not going to turn down that opportunity, right? I'm driving Jamie's Ute, twin turbo LS. Pretty finicky. We're getting there though. On the last day, we should finally make some steam and get down the racetrack better.
Well, I'm glad that you got down the racetrack before this rain set in. My goodness, it's pretty full on. So you're in a good old Aussie Ute. Have you found anything else a bit strange about Australia?
Driving on the wrong side of the car, the wrong side of the road, that's a little awkward, but I've gotten used to it now.
You've sort of been nutting out a few issues with the car, and today seemed pretty good. You punched out some good numbers?
We started getting better. We finally put it in the sixes, but the power band on the twin turbo deal is so tight that it's either too much power to outpower the track or not enough power and can't get the boost going, so the car just rolls like a snail for half the racetrack. But, you know, it's getting there. I'm having a great time with it. My first thought was I really want to win coming here. After meeting all these people and driving the roads and helping fix on the side of the road, winning doesn't mean anything to me at this point. At this point, it's just fun to meet you guys.
Well, let's hit the road before we get blown away, mate. Safe travels, and we'll see you at Calder tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
I've come back around, but of course it's one run per session. Remember, one run per session.
Alrighty, with Dan and Frank, you guys cruised down long trip last night from Portland. We saw you waiting for your dinner there at the Roadhouse. How was the road trip?
Yeah, good. Yeah, no dramas. One little loose oil fitting, but a couple of minutes and sorted.
It's not bad for a 3,500 horsepower car.
Yeah, no, cruise is good.
Very good. And how'd you go putting it down the track today?
Yeah, a little bit difficult. Just, rained every time. Just, it's all good.
So, Frank, tomorrow at Calder Park, what's the plan from the tune and setup point of view?
Let's just stick everything in it and see what happens.
I love your philosophy.
I like to put on a show for the drag challenge fans. So, now look, at this point in time, we've just the 8th mile. We just don't have enough data on the car for 8th mile, and I've struggled with it. The car's great. I just got to figure out stuff that it's different to my car. I got 450 cubic inches, and I got a handle on it. I got a bunch of runs on it. This car's got 632 cubic inches, similar turbos, but it's just a different animal. Like it comes on, it comes on.
And you did a fair wheel stand today, mate. We're going to see more of that tomorrow?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Doesn't go fast on the wheel stands.
Yeah. You can be fast or you can be spectacular. You can't be both, eh?
Nah, fast.
We're going to be fast. We're trying. Hopefully tomorrow, we're going to try and find, because now we're a bunch of points behind. So we need to find those points and have a crack at it. That's if we get there. We've still got a long road trip.
That's it. Well, to finish first, you got a first finish, which you did last year in spectacular fashion. So good luck, guys. Have a really safe trip tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Harry, what do you think of these club rooms here at South Coast Raceway?
I've been to South Coast Raceway many years ago. Me and my mate Phil come in my Mercedes, and after an APSA meeting, there's a couple of gentlemen there racing their postie bikes up and down the strip, and we raced them in my Benz in reverse, forwards, backwards to about 1 a.m. till the boys decided we'd had enough, and I loved this place. For just how good the track boys are, and just the community spirit here is killer. What today, the conditions this week, I've never seen anything like it. With track stuff getting flogged. Yesterday we had dust and that. Today we've got rain. You bring your car out, right? They really have to be commended. Like most other people would throw their hands in the air and go home, but it is a killer joint, and they never gave up. And we got a little bit of sun at the end there, and we got lucky. But shit hot place.
No, they certainly wanted us to get down the track and worked hard to make that happen. So yesterday's trip from Mildura to Portland, how did that go?
I would describe it like trying to wipe an elephant's ass with a cotton bud was how that trip went. We thought we were going well. We stopped at the KFC at the end of the road. We fueled up. Everything was going good. Got a bit warm. Slowed down a bit. No problem. And then we just come into Oyu and I hear one of the cylinders go off song, and we pulled up out the front of the first checkpoint and the rocker had broken in half. So pulled that apart. A couple other boys turned up. Jesse from the States got. We rigged up a bit of wire. Pulled the lifter up on one side so it wasn't touching the cam, and pulled the plug out, and then we had a Guantanamo Bay noise for the next hour where our boy Frank Marchese and Daniel Sabolics left us one of their rockers 400 foot in the air on a grain silo that we had to jerry-rig to get up there and get it, and got it going, and yeah, that was pretty eventful. And then after we fixed that, about half an hour later, the front oil seal blew out of the timing cover because I overfilled it with oil, and it just engulfed the car in this white smoke at 100 kilometres an hour. We couldn't see where we were going, and these people were trying to scramble out and whatever, and then we had a kangaroo try and jump in the front guard, cleared the bonnet, land on the other side of the road. I thought it was going to go over the roof. And this was all before midnight, and I can't even remember the other stuff that happened. So yeah, we had some stuff happening, but it was all good.
But you made it, and how quick did you go today?
I think we went a 5:05 when the sun come out, and then we went for another hit. Would have been a bit quicker, but we had to get off it about half. It was just getting a bit wiggly again. thanks to our boy at Paramount, Terry Tune-Up, the world's best tune-up, got us. He was looking at the rain and watching Diggles feed and everything, and he is the man when it comes to getting yourself out of a shitty tracking situation. He did it at Mildura and that, and sending us emails, and I can't imagine how much work Terry got done today. If anyone's cars here at Paramount got worked on today, but yeah, he flogged his hole and got us there. So big thanks to Terry Tune-Up and Anita and the boys up there. Appreciate it.
Fully sick. We'll have a safe trip to Calder, and we'll see you there for a spot of night racing.
Yeah, can't wait. Hope to see everyone there. So yeah, thanks boys.
Peace out. Wow, what a massive day at South Coast Raceway. This facility is fantastic. The club rooms are amazing. The track staff are having a well-deserved beer or two. They've worked so hard. They had to contend with oil downs and just gentle precipitation all day. Multiple times we had to stop the racing, but they came out, kept drying the track to enable us to get the whole field down the track and safely off to Calder Park. Racing was spectacular when it did happen. Dan in the HQ did a massive wheel stand. First time he's done that. The boys from Tassie in the Capri gave the wall a very big look. Very exciting. And a heap of other great passes besides that. In terms of the overall standings, Harry Haig remains out in front in his HQ Holden. Brendan Cherry, who was here at the very first drag challenge, is in number 2 spot, looking really good. And Dan and the boys in that HQ Monaro are in 3rd place. We'll see you tomorrow night at Calder Park Raceway for the climax. Be there.
We just hit a mound of bitumen in the middle of the road and just took out the sump plug for the tranny. Lost all and these guys have stopped, they've got plenty of fluid, so we're just going to try and quick metal a plug in there and we'll get on our way.